Well, good morning. And just a brief appearance to explain some of the changes that are taking place at Mirador Television. First of all, Mirador is carrying on in name, Mirador Television, under the good and excellent guidance of Teddy Wormsley, who is steering it in a very different direction to the one that we've been going over the last 15 years. He's paying less attention to the international scene and much more to the local uh, uh, landscape, and rightly so. That is Teddy's forte, and as often is said, as the chief executive thinks, so goes the business. And Teddy is very much a local animal, highly involved in sports, in football, in cricket, and a host of other sports. But he is also in a good contact with some of the local political parties. He's getting a nice little bundle of civil servants, charity people, business people, and so on. So between now and the end of the year, let's look at things on a 6 month basis. You should have a very happy mix of programs, information output for you. He's got a new website, which I will give you in the next couple of days. And I will appear on Mirador at least once a week, possibly twice, with some of my own experiences from my past, but also keeping with you the saint V, who helps older people overcome the mysteries of IT. I want to talk a little bit about Parkinson's wherever I go, because it continues to hammer me. There is no cure in sight. I rather expect that whether I die sooner or later, it is going to be a constant companion. So why not talk about it, to it, and even threaten it? But a new vlog, I haven't quite determined yet what it should be called, will arise like the phoenix out of the ashes of the old Mirador, and we'll have a number of your favorites. Richard Baton on law, John Pillow on AI, hopefully the girls from New York, and a number of other features. But along with other stuff that we haven't shown, a history of Lewis going back 50 million years. What was it like where we tread now? Because whatever it was like, is the chances are that's where what it was like where you live. We'll look at the things that who imprinted themselves on our daily life today. The Saxons, for instance, largely unreported, largely misunderstood, largely cast onto the scrap heap, and yet very, very influential, in some ways more so than the Normans, on English history and the way we lived. What was it like in a small town like this one in 800 AD, in 1066? And then through medieval times, when we have slightly better documentation, we have a little better idea of what our forefathers are doing. But the impact abroad was enormous. You have evidence that the Lewis Mint, which turned out coins and other silver emblems of the Saxon period, have been found as far afield as St. Petersburg and other various parts of Europe. And in some instances, on the shores of North America, showing how powerful it was as a financial institution, but also the length and breadth that the Saxons Danes Vikings had on the world when we thought we were hunkering down and not really being very adventurous in what we saw across the seas. We'll investigate those things, as well as what the Romans did, which had a profound effect on global history. That goes along with other things. What is the future likely to be? Every time we turn around, a bubble is burst. No life on Mars, just a barren planet with a host of unexplained canals. Now they are beginning to investigate whether in fact there was life that became extinct many moons ago, before we actually started to record what was going on down here on Earth. Little green men? Well, possibly not. But we need to stay up to date with the future. And we will get expert assessment of what life was likely to be 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, a couple of million years from now. Because unless we do something stupid, or there is an act of God, we are not likely to disappear in the next few years. That our children and our children's children will have a future, but what will that future be like? Sport is beginning to dominate the landscape. In chatting to Teddy the other day, I said I was gobsmacked. Towards the end of the World Cup, we were still filling stadia in the United States with 60, 70, 80,000 people. At the same time, we had rugby's Nations Cup going on, filling stadia here, 50, 60,000, for matches between European nations and those south of the hemisphere. At the same time, we were filling stadia at Lord's and the Oval for cricket. And as for athletics, it was making a very firm comeback, along with other minor sports, who are dragging in a few thousand to their pavilions, their grandstands. Where's the money coming from? What's the future? Are there going to be winners and losers? There always are. Are we facing decades of corruption as FIFA gets stronger? Twickenham, the RFU gets stronger. And the cricket authorities work out their problems. Haven't touched on baseball, ice hockey, or other American sports. They in turn will have their own problems, their own seesaw, seasons. What's going on? Well, I hope that we'll be chatting about those things with experts, with analysts, with people who have something sensible to say about the situation. We'll leave the slugging to others. 200 for 6, 28, 25, 3-0. All that is well covered by established broadcasters. But what will happen next season and the season after that? And will the bubble that is inflated already, paying huge amounts, for individual sportsmen, is that going to continue? Or will that collapse? There are lots of questions to be asked about the way things are, the way things will be, and the way things were. Stanley Matthews, the wizard of Blackpool in the old First Division, footballer, soccer player if you want, earning £10 a week. Oh, where did it all start and where will it all end? Those are the things which we will examine, we will take a look at, not what you can get elsewhere. So, they call me Mr. Keith. Egotistical? Oh, perhaps. Perhaps. But it's based on a life of over 80 years, scouring the globe, reporting on strange places. Not your regular Tenerife. That you might find of interest. They call me Mr. Keith. There's a regular team with a little bit on this channel, a little bit on Teddy's channel, Mirador Television, regular blogs, voice reports. Over the next 6 months, you'll find it here, along with a video look at, for instance, how travel companies of all sorts treat, quote, cripples like me, people who can't walk, who need some special attention as they climb on board an aircraft. How are we treated? Normally? With concern? Is it good enough? Is it too good? Those are the questions that we'll be asking as we go forward with They Call Me Mr. Keith. Something to laugh at, something to cry at, something to say, oh, I didn't know that, something to say, I can't believe that. Well, is that really the way it was? Ever tried an outdoor toilet? Because you have to, not because you plan to. Well, believe me, better that you make sure that the plumbing stays in place. They call me Mr. Keith. You're the regular team. I look forward to being with you. Let's say, for the moment, toodle pip. We may be back with Harry Atherton at 10 o'clock for another look at what's going on in the world. Until then, bye-bye.